Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Let's Edit. My name is Jared Hawks. I'm a wedding and portrait photographer based out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and today we are unveiling Lightroom CC in Let's Edit. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to show a few of the new features, two of my very favorite things that I think this program is capable of, and see what you guys think. So first off, we're going to be talking about the HDR feature. Let's get started. Okay, so this image right here was taken, it was just kind of a snapshot at one of my real estate jobs. I was working around a few different things, trying to figure out light. Anyway, I didn't realize it was still on bracketing mode, so I had these. Let's try and play with it and see how it works. This is our mid-range, dark, light. So what we're going to do is we're going to just click Shift and get all of them. We are in library right now. We're going to go ahead and go to develop. Okay. So we've got them all right here. I'm just going to right click. All right, and we're going to go to photo merge. And in photo merge, you have HDR and panorama. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to HDR. Click. You're going to see it here. Click, or you're going to see it right here, creating HDR preview. It's going to load, and then we will talk about it some more. Okay, so here's our preview here in the HDR merge. I'm just going to show you this. This is our overexposed. This is good right here. We have de-ghosting. It allows us to kind of clear up this a little bit, and it also shows what's being unghosted or de-ghosted. But there's really nothing in this photo that's being de-ghosted, so don't really need to worry about that at all. Auto align means that, if you did it handheld, like I did this one, kind of finds everything and puts it together for you. Auto tone kind of puts everything together for you as well. We're going to go ahead and merge and play with it from there. Okay, so it's done. We're going to go ahead and click right here on our, you're going to see it, it says 4346, which is our first image, or no, excuse me, the last image, the one I'm selected on, and it's going to say HDR, DNG, boom, and we have a very well-made HDR image. Now you're going to see here, it's pretty darn sharp. This is 24 megapixels, so, it has plenty to work with. Just crop this in a little bit. And then, let's see here. Lens corrections, constrain crop. We're just going to straighten that up just a bit. There we go. All right. And just going to cool that down a bit. Let's get some more blue in the sky. All right. I feel like that's pretty much where I'm gonna leave it. But I'm very happy with the way the HDR feature works. I think it works just as good as any other HDR standalone process that I've used before. And honestly, I think it's probably going to work even better than the ones I've used in the past. So very, very excited to see where this goes. If you're an HDR guy, I think this is definitely something that's going to be able to help you. But I mean, if you are a landscape photographer that does this a lot, you do a lot of masking, you do a lot of this, you do a lot of that, Photoshop is still the way to go. Lightroom is not your program, but this is definitely something for someone like me, because I'm a wedding photographer, I'm a portrait photographer, but HDR can be fun, and it's definitely something that can enhance the look of certain things for my clients, so definitely cool, and I'm pretty happy with it. All right, so moving on to the next thing, which I think is probably one of the cooler ones. Ryan Brenizer is one of the most famous photographers when it comes to panoramic photo merges. He's had the process named after him, the Brenizer method, where he uses a fast lens with a lot of compression and then puts them all together to make this ridiculously impossible shallow depth of field of an image, which is just great. It's absolutely fantastic work. If you haven't seen his stuff, make sure to check it out. Anyway, I watched him talk about this on one of his videos. He talked about Autopana Giga, which is the program that he uses to put all of his panoramics together. And I just read his blog post this morning about photo merge here in Lightroom. He wasn't very happy with it, but honestly, his are very, very complex. But if you're doing something simple like this one, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. We just have a few images here taken at Mount Vernon, which is George Washington's home. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click all of these. All right, there's 8. This would not be a very big Brenizer method, even though this is a Brenizer method photo. It's not going to be a very big one. A lot of them are, 40, 50, 60 images sometimes. So this one is just it's a little smaller. I think it'll be a nice way to just kind of show how this works. But I'm excited to see what it's going to come up with. Right click, photo merge, panorama, click, and let it create. All right, and we are done with the preview. Obviously, I'm missing a few images here on this side, but it's going to give you a little bit of an option here to kind of see the shallow depth of field, plus shallow depth of field, plus sharpness right here in the middle. I think it's pretty neat. So you have 3 different things here. You have spherical, which kind of rounds it out, like you were shooting around something, maybe like a 360 panoramic almost. Cylindrical, which is kind of similar but only on one dimension instead of curving over and around. You just have curving around in cylindrical. And perspective tries to keep everything as straight as possible. Like if you was taking 15 or 16 images of a building, trying to put it all together, keep all the lines straight. And this is, I think, what works best here. You also have auto select, and let's see what it chooses. It chose spherical, but I don't like this curve in it, so I'm going to go with perspective. Okay, so it's done downloading here. I will say that this is kind of a long process. I have a pretty fast computer, so I'm not going to say that it probably goes faster on my computer than most, but I think it probably should because of the amount of RAM and solid state hard drive that I'm using. So, but this is it, and this is done as soon as it loads. It's kind of a big image, so there is our point of sharpness, which is pretty darn sharp. And I mean, this is a large image too, so it's pretty awesome. All right, so I'm just going to grab this. I don't even care about locking aspect ratios at this point because it is a huge panorama that I just kind of want it to work. Or I could go this way. Be an interesting kind of thing. Let's see how that looks. But you kind of lose the whole Mount Vernon thing, So back up here. I guess I will go kind of the way the auto crop was, because I kind of like the house behind it. I think that works well. Okay, and there we go. So there is a finished photo merge. Very, very simple to use. Now there are other things like healing brushes and things that are working better inside of Lightroom now, and I also know that there is a facial recognition plugin as well that is, or a facial recognition piece that is now integrated, but I don't do facial recognition really because I haven't messed with it. I'm not excited about it. It's just not something that I think works for my workflow, so I haven't even played with it. This is the first time I booted it up. I just really wanted to try it out, so I figured I'd try it out with you guys. Alright guys, well I hope you've enjoyed this. If you do any type of photo merging, whether it's HDR or panoramic, I really suggest that you guys take a look at Lightroom. Right now, it's just too good of a deal to pass up. $10 a month, you get the best of Photoshop, the best of Lightroom, the best, most recent updates all the time, and it just doesn't get any better than that. I mean, I remember back in the day when there might have been an update or something like that, but it was going to cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars, when now, it's absolutely free as long as you're part of the subscription service, and I just think it's absolutely wonderful. So check that out, guys. If you'd like to see more of my work, make sure to check out my website, jaredhux.com, and connect with me socially. All of that is in the information below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.